everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. I am so thrilled that you are here. In today's episode, I want to talk about trusting your intuition. So often, if you are in a situation and something doesn't feel right, it's because something isn't right. I was working with a client the other day, and she was struggling because she was working with a different agency, and she just had this feeling that her course, her program, her launch, all the things weren't actually going to happen the way that she wanted them to happen. She just had this feeling that they either didn't know what they were doing, they didn't have it all together, or they didn't actually do the work that she had paid them to do. And that was what her gut was screaming at her about. And she said, well, I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust that these people know what they're talking about, because otherwise they wouldn't be outselling their products. And so she trusted the process instead of her gut. And, lo and behold, 3 months later, right as she's ready to launch, she realizes that there's nothing there. They haven't created anything that they've promised. They haven't done the activities that were required to make sure the launch happened. And she just said, in hindsight, I just had this feeling. And so, my friends, I want to tell you, if you have that feeling, if there's just something that doesn't feel right, then make sure that you listen to your gut, you act on it, and that you use it as part of your decision-making process as you're running your business. Because here's the reality, is that most of the time, if you're getting that feeling, it's actually legit. Right? It's not just worrying or having anxiety or whatever else, right? It's really, there just is something that doesn't feel right. So here's the thing. Let me give you some tactical advice around this, because I think there's the feeling and trusting the feeling and knowing that you need to dig in and maybe get some additional details. And then there's the, how do you make the right decisions so you don't get in a position where you're not sure whether or not things are working or things are not working or what's happening. And the very first piece of advice I can give you is make sure that there's a plan. Anyone who says, hey, it's a, this many step process and, let's do a kickoff call and then we're going to go off and we're going to do our thing and then we'll come back when we're done. Those people do not have a solid process for how they do their work. So if somebody comes to you, you're working with them, and there's not a project plan, there's not an overall strategy where they're asking you lots of questions up front to find out your goals, your needs, and the different things that you're trying to accomplish, and then creating a plan around those, then that is a really good indication that you're going to run into some problems. Because what you don't want to do is hire an agency who's just sort of either winging it or they haven't figured out process yet. And so they don't have enough experience to be able to tell you step by step exactly what's going to happen. And I don't know about you, but I want to work with experts who have their systems, their process, and the various ways that they work with people dialed in. And so if you are paying a service provider, you're paying an agency, or even just a consultant, you need to ask the right questions and make sure that you're asking them from a big picture standpoint. So if you're asking questions and they're either not answering you or they're giving you sort of a vague answer that you don't understand, then again, more sort of fodder for the fact that maybe they're not exactly sure what they're doing and they don't have a repeatable process that they help their customers with. So hopefully you can take this episode and just think, like, where in your life, in your business relationships, and whatever else, is there sort of that gut check that needs to happen where you need to make sure that somebody that you're working with actually is doing what they say they're doing? And when somebody says, just trust me, are they trusting, are they saying, trust me with a actionable plan laid out? Or are they saying, trust me, and then they're going to go off and do something and you don't know exactly what it is that their process is? Those are, indications that maybe your gut is right, that something is not right. And so make sure that you trust that. Then, are you asking the right questions, right? So trust your gut. Then second is, are you asking the right questions? Do you know what questions to ask? If you don't know what questions to ask, you need to find an expert who can help you with the big picture so you can ask the right questions. When we do our VIP course launch days, we literally map out the full process from the sales and marketing automation to the course and fulfillment automation and beyond. So you are able to ask the right questions. You're able to see what the full process is and ask the questions of people. So if somebody says, yeah, sure, I can do that. It'll be this many hours and this much money. Are you both on the same page? Are you speaking apples to apples, or are you assuming that they're going to do everything top to bottom and they're assuming they're just going to do one little piece, right? Make sure that you have that big picture and that you know what your playbook is, what your game plan is before you go and find somebody to implement. And again, all of those things will help you as you're navigating through this whole process of putting your business online or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So first, trust your gut. Second, make sure that you have a big overall plan where you know how the big picture looks so you can find the right people to execute on the big picture. But don't just hire executors without having that overall playbook, that overall game plan for how you can move forward. One does not come before the other, right? So you have to have the strategy, the big picture, and then you can put the right pieces into play so you can build your online program, your online business, or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. All right, there you go. That is my course building tip for you today.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.